Question 2. Which of these fractions is the smallest? So we can't add, subtract or compare fractions unless they have the same denominator, and none of our fractions here, 3/8, 2/5, 1/3, 1/4 and 1/6, have the same denominator. So I'm going to be looking for the lowest common multiple of all of my denominators, and that lowest common multiple will help me convert the fractions, and then I can compare them. So I'm looking for the lowest common multiple of 8, 5, 3, 4 and 6, and a good place to start is with the highest number, 8. So if I start writing out my multiples of 8, and I use my times table knowledge, eventually I will get to a multiple of 8 which is 120, and I know that that's a multiple of 5 because it ends in a 0. I know it's a multiple of 3 because the digits add up to 3. I know it's a multiple of 4 because I know 12 is a multiple of 4, so 120 must be. And I know it's a multiple of 6, again because 12 is a multiple of 6, so 120 must be. So now I'm going to convert all my fractions that I have here into 120ths, and I'm going to start with 3/8, and I'm going to convert that into 120ths. So what did I do to turn 8 into 120? I multiplied by 15, and whatever we do to the denominator we must do to the numerator as well. So 3 times 15 gives me 45. So 3/8 becomes 45 120ths. Now I'm going to convert my 2/5 into 120ths. And what did I do to 5 to turn it into 120ths? I multiplied it by 24. So I must do the same to the numerator, and 2 times 24 is 48. So 2/5 becomes 48 120ths. Now I'm going to convert a third into 120ths, and we think about what we did to 3 to multiply it to become 120. Well, 3 times 4 is 12, so 3 times 40 must be 120, and I have to do the same to the numerator. So that means that 1/3 becomes 40 120ths. Now we're going to convert a quarter into 120ths, and what did I do to 4 to multiply it into 120? Well, 4 times 3 is 12, so 4 times 30 must be 120, and we do the same to the numerator. So 1/4 becomes 30 120ths. And finally I'm going to do 6. So if we think about what we need to do to convert 1/6 into 120ths, 6 times 2 is 12, so 6 times 20 must give me 120, and do the same to the numerator, and that means I've got 20 120ths, so a sixth becomes 20 120ths. And now we've converted all of the fractions into 120ths, we can look at the numerators, which are all different, and we can see which of those fractions is the smallest, and it will be the one with the lowest numerator, and in this case it's a sixth, which was 20/120ths.